Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, ToniStamps. I am Toni Tesler, and I thought I would make a quick video for my card tonight for my Craft Roulette Challenge for 161. I gotta tell you, it's gone in a completely different direction than my original plans, but that's how it goes sometimes. So whatever, we're gonna figure it out. So our parameter this week, or our project, is a Dutch door. So we're gonna do that, and that can be like a half door, or you can do a double Dutch where it's like the top flips up and then the bottom has, comes out like that. Different ways. Google will give you a lot of Dutch door ideas. Colors, we're campfire. So when I think of campfire, I think yellow, orange, red, brown or black, like woodsy stuff. So we're going to go with some orange, yellow, and black. That's all I see here. Yep, that's it. Element was hats or caps. So I picked this stamp from Unity that's got this lady. It's called She Used to Care. It's got this lady that has a hat on it. My original plan was a witch hat, but then I thought, I don't feel like doing a Halloween card right now. It's almost May. So I knew I had some other hat, so here she goes. And then the random element is book page. So I ripped a piece of paper. I ripped a page right out of a book. This is a book I got like during the pandemic from a big bulk sale, like buy a bunch of books for a flat fee. So I didn't even care about reading it. I ripped this page out because I think I'm going to use the words, but I could use this blank spot too. So we'll see. So that's that. I will leave this here. So let's look at our card base and our pieces. So I've got a base. This is basic gray, 5.5 by 8.5. And then I scored it right in half at 4 1/4. So for my Dutch door, I'm going to cut this straight across. So this will just be the door. So you need a cutter or an X-Acto knife to trim this. So I'm going to get this kind of cutter, and I'm just eyeballing it. It doesn't need to be half. It doesn't need to be a third. It can be whatever you want. So I'm going to go with like whatever this is, 3 3/8. So I'm going to cut right until I get to this score line. All right. And then I'm going to flip it. And now I want to cut this piece off. So I'll put this in at 4 1/4 because that is how wide this piece is. And now we're going to go until this arrow matches up with where I cut. And I can't see really well from this angle. Oh, that looks about right. Okay, yep. Okay, so we've got our leftover. This is our card base. Get my cutter out of the way. Now, I don't like how that cut, that like raised up the edge a little. I'm just going to smash that down a little bit. All right, so we fold over. This is our Dutch fold. And actually, I can see that's going to bother me because that's sticking out just a little bit more. Let me drag this back. I'm going to just trim the teensiest little bit off. Just so nothing, I mean, really, that's like a hair. That's terrible. But that would bother me. So, okay, that's good. So for our layers, I wanted basic black, and this is, I think 3 3/4. Yep, 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to layer this like right here, just like I would if this was a normal card front. And then I've got a piece of pattern paper, designer paper that I trimmed down, I think 3/16 of an inch. I hate doing that, but I like a 3/16 inch border sometimes, not just an 1/8 or a 1/4. Yeah, I totally did 3/16. So this is 3 9/16 because it's just over a half. 3 9/16 by 4 13/16. So, and I'll make a blog post that has these measurements. But that's going to go there. I've got a white piece for the inside, and that is cut actually the same exact size as this one because I want the black piece to kind of hide the white piece on to write our message. So that'll work out. But let's start building our base piece. So I want to rip this. I want some of the words. I think I'm going to go with the words. And I'm just going to glue them on. So I kind of want to glue some words on, glue some of the book page on, and then I'll have the stamped lady image in the middle, and then my greeting. And I picked, the greeting I picked out of this was, "We're friends because you make me look sane." So I have a whole bunch of people that I could send this to. So we'll see. All right, so let me rip this. And it doesn't matter if I rip some of the words. You know, this is like collage-y, and I don't need everything. But I do want 2 different bits. So I want this here, and this maybe here. And we could angle them. No, I think I'm going to go straight. I do want to crinkle them, though, just to give a little bit of texture. And this is what happens when I make cards sometimes. I decide I have kind of a plan going in, and then I change my mind as I'm going, and that's okay. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue on here, and I'm gonna smash it. So not all the wrinkles are pulled out of it. There's still some there. And this side of the words, because the other side has blue on it, which to me doesn't really go with campfire colors, but to each their own. All right, now I'm just gonna cut this off. I'm not really a fan of the wrapping around in some cases. If it was ribbon, yeah, I would probably wrap it around. But all right, so we've got our base that's glued on. Let's get rid of all this other trash. Now I want to ink blend some colors all over this because I want my campfire color. So I'm going to do Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, and I may put some black around the edges, Tuxedo Black. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to start with the lightest, and this will just be like random across, so I get all the colors. And then I'll add some orange. And I can go over both of them. I don't think it changes colors if you do orange on top of yellow. At least not as far as I can tell. All right, let's get some of this, and then around here. And then I think I'll just do like some black around the edge. I want some more, I want more orange. Because I am Team Orange, so that is one of my favorite colors. Now you see how when we're adding this ink blending, it's really picking up some of the crinkles. I like that. All right, and then black. I'm just gonna do all the edges. And then we're gonna stamp our lady, cut her out, give her a little bit of color too, I think. We'll see. I like that. All right, let's get these out of the way. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. And that's gonna go on our gray base. Digging it. All right, I need a piece of white. I'm gonna stamp my lady. Now in this case, I'm gonna stamp her in Catherine Pooler Midnight. Just because it's a nice darker black, and I actually just re-inked this, so it's gonna be super juicy. But it's a nice dark black. I don't have to go over things a ton of times, like one and done. But I do not use this on photopolymer or clear stamps because it will stain them terrible, and that does bother me sometimes. You know, it just does. I would use a different black ink for that. I love it. All right. So I think I want to actually color her with a few markers. So let me see what I've got here. Some orange. I know I have mango. That might be. All right, we're going to cut her out. And actually, I'll stamp the greeting on that little scrap also. Or I might do gray. More the basic gray. So when I cut stuff, I generally keep the scissors in my right hand going up and down, and then I move the paper with my left hand, like guide it around. That's just me. But it seems to go quicker, I guess, and I have a little bit more control. Some people don't like a white border. Some people do. I like a white border. Okay. I like that. Okay, so we're coming together. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's mount our designer paper onto the black. And you know what? I should have checked earlier, the camera. Yep, I guess it looks like everything's in the screen. All right, let's get this around. This background right here would still make a good Halloween card. Even though that's not what I wanted, but it's okay. All right, now, somewhat tricky part. So I want the white to be covered by this. So I'm gonna mount this to my Dutch door part first. All right, so I only wanna put glue down here. And I'm just centering, eyeballing. I'm gonna put my finger, so like right here. All right, let's do that. That looks good, straight-ish. Now you need some tape that you can, it's either temporary or that you can peel it right off. And this Kokuyu, I use this sometimes, but I'll be able to just roll it right off. So I want just a little bit of glue or of tape just to hold this in place. And you know, if I was smarter, I would have made it a teensy bit smaller, but that's gonna cover it up. All right, now let's do glue. And don't be shy with this glue. And we're gonna press this down. and gently peel this up. And I'm going to put my finger in here. Gently pry that off. Okay, now this is in place. So let's give it a little burnish. And then this tape, I can just rub right off with my finger and put that in the trash. Oh, and look what I did. How did that happen? Jeez. All right, well now I'm gonna have to go back and put another piece of white over this because I can't have that. But for now, we're gonna ignore it. We're gonna act like that doesn't exist. Okay, where'd my lady go? Right here. I kind of want her, since she's flat at the bottom, I've decided I'm gonna put her at the bottom. And I am gonna pop her up. And use as many of these as you see fit. I don't want any saggy bits. Okay, and I think I have decided I want the greeting in the gray as well. So let's put that down there. Ooh, I like her, I like her. All right, scrap. And I'm gonna go back to the midnight. Yeah, I like that. And I should let this dry some, but I'm just gonna trim it. Since I didn't stamp it like perfectly straight, I'm just gonna hand cut this. And then I wanna rip this just because I like some ripped edges, and I rip towards me, so then the rippy part is up top. We're friends because you make me look sane. Yep, and I don't mind that I'm gonna cover up some of those words because I don't really want it down here. I don't want it covering up her. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right there. And let's get some black dots. And then I'm gonna need some gems. So let's do it here. And I want this to hang over the edge of my card a little bit. So hopefully I put my dimensional in a good spot to where it won't be sticking down. All right, let's look. Oh, perfect. Okay, not perfect. All right, so far, so good. All right, now I just need a few gems. And I was thinking I would use some of these yellow ones. I think they're really mango, but they look yellow enough. And we're just gonna do a couple of them. Couple or three. I like groups of 3. Ooh, yeah, I like it. I like it, like it. So that is my, that's my Dutch door, which I will fix the inside. But yeah, and campfire colors. And then we've got our hat and our book page. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, bye.